So basically, what about also for the northeast monsoon also we got the potential. So basically, almost all the years except the inter monsoon seasons, we get the full. So it's basically in the Kaudarimuna Island. So these two turbines on the shore side, and also there will be unused land, and those kind of things are mainly available. Very few human settlements and any damage to the sand dunes in this specified identified area. We have identified our project locations. So basically, if you consider the population density also, areas other areas are completely free of human settlement.
Consider this project, I will, in a nutshell, if I say something, this project roughly is generating the power is 234 megawatts of wind power. It will generate 1000 gigawatt hours per year. So it is a very huge. I mean, if we consider how much it is, when we consider the right now usage, that I mean the energy enough for 21 days. That is very huge. So then that's what I think it will give the value added for your work. So then we have to expedite. So otherwise we are losing. And through this project we can save almost USD 150 million per year. So that one also very huge. So further, if we converted for the fossil fuel importation, so it will remove the 5 ships per year, 60,000 capacity metric ton of capacity ships. 5 ships can completely we can avoid it for importing to the Sri Lanka. And most value thing is it can set off. I mean, reduce the 650,000 carbon dioxide tons per year. That are also very valuable. Actually, though it is not affect to us, but it will affect to our generation, our future generation. When we talk about the people's contribution, so in the total we already allocated 131 million for the private land acquisition. So that means that those money also come to this Punari. So it's a very huge money, and it will come to at the end the poor people who are living in that area. And mainly it will conclude private land 205 acres as well as the government 153 acres. So after this project, we will hand over all the government land again to the government or the DS or the Kilnochi. And the private land also we can hand over to the government, I mean for the DS, for as we can manage that one. So that means those are the investment, not for now, but for the future generation as well. Yes, this decision was the government already decided that by in 2030, the total electricity generation should be generated from the renewable energy, 70% to be renewable energy. So we all know that right now the electricity tariff is very high. The reason is we are importing more fossil fuel from the other countries, like the diesel and the coal and like that. So if we can reduce the burning of fossil fuel, and by replacing the renewable energy, definitely the government can reduce the cost of the energy. So it is our duty to get together and take the decision, and I will use it the same word what our madam used. We have to immediately we have to start this project and save money for the future generation. And not only that, the government already promised to the other government, I mean other countries as well, we are going through the neutral carbon by 2050. By 2050 there is no any carbon generated energy, and all should be through the renewable energy. And we already promised to the United Nations countries, I mean we are planning to reduce the GHG emission, that means greenhouse gas emission by 25% from the total, from the base of the 2020 energy, I mean the carbon dioxide emission. And we are working with all the energies, I mean the institute, especially we are closely working with the Ceylon Electricity Board and the other stakeholders for get this power to the grid. This is our map actually. We already find out the maps for where solar is available and where wind and where biomass. Now we are focusing wind. Why we are focusing the wind? It has a good, the plant factor. That means it is not second to the hydropower. Actually, hydropower can't get this much of plant factor. So that's why we are giving the priority for the wind. But wind available only mostly in the northern region, I mean in your region. And there are, so the manufacturer can't make the turbine or the design very simply. But we have already proven technology, and we can easily get the maximum energy from the northern region. Okay, so next one. So this is the plan we already decided. By 2030, we need more than 8,000 of megawatt of energy to the country to fulfill the 70% of renewable energy requirement by from the renewable energy by the 2030. And so again this energy to the nation. But if we consider when the project is going on in this area, definitely this area also will develop. We know that compare with other places, some places are in below the poverty level. So it is not acceptable to anyone living in the country. So then we, the country, I mean the government need to lift up their social issues as well. Through this, we are now considering to establish a green industrial park, especially in the Kilmachi. The reason is almost 1,200 of megawatt we are planning to bring from, I mean take from the northern region and distribute it to other part as well. So this is the most, the higher density in the renewable energy, and we are planning for the renewable, I mean the green industrial park. So when they started the industrial park, actually we are focusing the Parantan area, and if you like, so then we can add some more land to that, and we can, yeah, Parantan, yes. And so then we can ask for the other countries to invest here in the country, and they can, make their product through the green energy. So it may be a future, the investment to this area. So it may be very helpful and very grateful to the people as well. So not only that, through that you can, give the required education. I mean, these are technical things. So then, whoever get the training from this area, the future is open. Not only in the country, but in the other countries as well. So the people can go very easily. I mean, for the younger generation, they can find more jobs in other countries without crossing the sea with the boats or other things. They can go with the correct way to other countries, and they can earn money, and they can live happily in the future. So this is not the renewable energy project, but it is a bunch of the services and a bunch of the social, and increase the social issues like that. So what we need, we must have the willpower to do that. And policy is clear. We have the commitment for that one, and proper methodology is already involved. That's why we are here, and that's why we are getting requesting your support and to proceed this project.